This is the presentation of YCW Philippines, Young Workers Action in the Midst of Pandemic. Inside this presentation are the analysis, action, main demand, means and strategies, methodology, and the development and continuity of our action. Our analysis starts from the young worker testimony. I am Andrea Balonso, 33 years old. I live in Bignay, Valenzuela City. As of now, I and my husband are jobless. No work, no pay. I used to work in Sangkris Food Factory. I just had my end of contract last February 29. My husband supposedly has his job but he was asked not to go to work because of lockdown due to COVID-19. I am supposed to work again in Sangkris company. I had already medical certificate but it was postponed because of lockdown. We will have to wait till the virus pandemic ends. The situation is too difficult because we cannot afford to buy foods. Although there are relief goods, but it won't be enough for all daily needs. Not everything is being provided by the relief. We really need money, but of course, we need to endure this and stay at home. The most difficult part is seeing your kids hungry. It's okay for us adults. We are willing to sacrifice, but it's really heartbreaking for kids to experience such things. Andrea's reality reflects the situation of many young workers in the Philippines due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Even before the pandemic, this kind of situation already existed. No security at work, low income, and no benefits because of contractualization scheme and no social protection. And when coronavirus turned into a serious crisis, the situation of young workers became worse. Most young workers didn't get financial support from their employers and the government. Until now, workers are suffering due to increasing numbers of unemployed. The social issue in the Philippines are as the COVID-19 pandemic turned into public health crisis, the living condition of the Filipinos has been worse due to lack of support from the national government in terms of providing basic needs and assistance to the most affected Filipinos. Philippines has experienced calamities due to strong typhoons that caused a burden on the suffering of millions of Filipinos. However, the national government has no concrete plan and measures to address the needs of affected and victims of calamities. The Philippines continues to see the rise in COVID-19 cases as Metro Manila and several provinces enter the third time strict lockdowns. The daily new cases are at the highest level since the pandemic started, and they continue to increase after weeks of several record-breaking numbers of the COVID-19 infected due to Delta variant. In the past year until now, the political situation in the Philippines has become consistent on political war against the critics of the government by intensifying social and political crises across different sectors. Among these issues are the rampant threats of red tagging and harassment among the workers' organization, trade unions, church people, media, artists, and other civil society organizations in individuals. The National Task Force to End Local Communist Armed Conflict has become aggressive on its attack on the red tagging campaign on which empowered by Anti-Terrorism Act that resulted into a series of illegal arrests of the workers' activists, peasants, drivers, and journalists through fabricated evidence, malicious and baseless, that resulted into killings. Press freedom in the Philippines is also under attack. The Philippine government forced to take down one of the largest broadcasting network in the Philippines in the midst of pandemic on which millions of Filipinos depends on for the source of critical news and information since majority of Filipino have no access to the internet and cable TV. Corruption in the government becomes a traditional and worse issue in the Philippine government. But little by little, people are become aware of this because of the social media. The economic situation of the Filipinos are 4 million Filipinos are unemployed in January 2021. On the other hand, a large number of workers don't get their salary because of the no work no pay policy scheme by the employers. Workers who are affected by this policy are mostly the contractual workers. And according to independent research organization, the 537 pesos or 10 USD National Capital Region minimum wage is insufficient compared to the 1,022 pesos or 21 USD family living wage for a family of five. Meanwhile, there are different types of minimum wage in the Philippines. Filipinos have great values and young workers always seeking the social structural change that will give benefits to all Filipinos, especially for the working class and to get involved for good governance. However, social media is one of the factors why people are divided and to promote individualism. The government use this kind of platform as their machinery to spread fake news and information to hide the real problems in our society by using trolls that use fake accounts. It is also used to attack and red tag the organized and non-organized organizations, especially the critics of the current administration. On the other hand, it is also a platform to raise awareness, to promote campaign and advocacy, expose abuse and anomalies, expose the real problem of the workers to the authority and to unite workers for a better society since majority of the young workers spends their time on social media. Our starting point for the actions are many young workers are in a dark situation due to the COVID-19 pandemic that was resulted in a massive number of displaced workers, difficulties to look for a decent job and better income. Young workers are struggling to survive on how to get their daily basic needs like food, health, and other bills. Young workers are forced to find alternative jobs, personal loans, debt just to survive on a day-to-day basis. In the latter part of 2020, our activities were not implemented according to our action plan because of our limitation due to COVID-19. We tried to adopt different kinds of strategies through social media platforms to connect with our members and alliances to extend and strengthen our campaign to demand on free mass testing, free cure, and financial assistance for all. Our focus sector of our actions are the informal workers and the contractual workers. Our specific demands from our action is free mass testing, free cure or treatment, and financial assistance, mandatory labor inspection in the factories, but also in general, we demand for social protection for all. And these demands towards to the national government and to the Department of Labor and Employment. Our motivation to do these actions are under the Philippine Constitution, the government has full responsibility to ensure public safety and accountability, especially during the time of crisis. We, the young workers, deserve to have a dignified life and better living condition. The workers are full of hope and dreams to change the realities despite of difficulties in life. Our means used for the action are the financial support campaign in response to the immediate needs of the young workers during this pandemic, increasing awareness to the young workers and community, and bringing our campaign to other network organizations. Our strategies are collecting testimonies and training and education about the workers' right for our members at the base group and online meetings and forums through social media platforms and solidarity of our action to our network organization. Our progress limitation of the actions are for the progress at the national level, the campaign for free testing, free treatment, and financial assistance is still ongoing, and we bring this campaign to the base groups as part of raising awareness. Numbers of young workers get their financial assistance through filing petition. Security of health and safety due to COVID-19, strict implementation of health protocols such as curfew hours, travel ban, disallowed physical meetings and gatherings, and red tagging, political repression against workers' organization, those are our limitation for the action. Transformation at the personal level, YCW leaders and members become creative to explore and adapt new means regardless of difficulties we have. The leaders develop their capacity on lobbying and consultation with different groups. and it develops to hold their commitment to change their reality and to educate young workers. For the collective transformation, YCW leaders and members learn to act collectively despite of the threat of the coronavirus. Build solidarity to different institutions and individuals to help and educate workers from their realities. And how do we implement the methodology and the roadmap to our actions? First, for the methodology, we analyze the current situation of the young workers and the impact of government response to address the urgent needs of the workers. And we evaluate our action plans and link to new normal situation to adjust some of our priorities. For the ROLWA, we did physical and online group discussions and meetings to the leaders, chaplains, and adult collaborator through online and physical. And trainings, consultation, forums with different groups of sectors. Our learning and challenges for the action. For the learning, we learned the importance of building networks to strengthen our campaigns or the solidarity of action. And also the importance of raising awareness, especially in this time of crisis, through exploring different types of online platforms as well as physical interaction. Need to develop and strengthen our campaign and advocacy through increasing capacity of YCW leaders as well as their members. And for the challenges, we face difficulties to organize young workers due to strict health protocols implemented by the government. Government enforced authoritarian rule to attack, harass, and intimidate workers' organization. Limitation of having physical activities and the higher expenses for public transportation that limits leaders and young workers to join the meetings and activities. And our prospect for the continuity of the action. First, the current situation of our action, the campaign on mass testing, free treatment, and financial assistance are still relevant due to increasing number of COVID cases that resulted in lockdowns that directly affect the livelihood of the workers. However, we need to increase the awareness at the base group levels and to reach new contacts by all means. Our strategy for continuity of our actions are the awareness raising at the base group, more on physical activities, engagement with different workers' organizations, including government institutions, and contact building and collecting testimonies of our young workers and paralegal services to the contractual workers, and especially train and develop key leaders from the base group. Our next plan are since we are on the preparation for our National Council 2022. And also, we are in the process for consolidation of our base group and consolidation and strengthening of our Young Workers Association that we have. So this is the presentation of Young Workers of the Philippines. Thank you.